Well, it's nice to see all you folks today. How are you doing? Yeah. As I look before me and see all your smiling faces, I realize what makes the future of this great state of Tennessee so promising. Community. A community populated by the very best people that Tennessee has to offer. Honest, hard-working farmers like Ernie Holcomb, who toil his fingers down to the bone every day from before sunup till after sundown to provide your homes with grain, sorghum, and corn. Humble women like Abigail Fulton, who bakes the sweetest rhubarb pie your lips have ever tasted. A community of people who know their place in decent society. And as that community, as that decent society, it is your duty to vote for a man who will work his own fingers right down to the very bone every day from before sunup till after sundown to represent the very fabric of your morality against the continued immoral failings of your government. A man who will stand up to those so-called civil rights leaders and tell them, know your place. Well, I tell you this today, Tennessee, that I, Arthur Clarkston, am that man.
Sir, I know you're afraid. I would be too, God knows that. But convincing yourself this is going to be bad news, that's just going to make things worse.
I'm old and I'm tired. And day in and day out, Victor, all I have is your sass mouth to keep me company. So if it's to be bad news, then let it be, so that I might be done with you at last.
The car's ready. We can go ahead and head to your appointment if you're ready.
You know, there was a time when I was considered fearless.
Is anyone really fearless though, sir?
No, I guess not. Just some are more capable of masking it.
Well, how did you deal with facing your fears back in the day?
Head on.
Why should now be any different?
You found him, haven't you?
Let's deal with one frightful ordeal at a time, shall we, sir?
Well, of that I have no doubt, Mr. Hargrove. But I wouldn't be one to sit idly by and watch taxpayers' wages be squandered so recklessly. Matter of fact, I think that'd be an insult to hard-working Tennesseans. I seem to be missing the joke, Mr. Hargrove.
Oh, I doubt that very much. But the good people here in attendance certainly have.
Well, please, enlighten us.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you, I love a big tickle. And let me also assure you that what I'm about to tell you is plumb liable to tickle you to death. Now, my opponent here, the distinguished Mr. Clarkston, likes to wow you with a lot of fancy words. But I am a man who prefers to speak plain and true. So you can cast your vote that when Aubrey Hargrove tells you he's an honest man, he's an honest man. And that Mr. Clarkston is a joke. Your joke is claiming to be honest. But Mr. Clarkston, I myself have a fancy word that might be of interest to you. Infidelity.
Now, Aubrey, that's not true, and we both know it. I'm shocked to hear that you'd sink so low as to make such an unfounded accusation.
Unfounded? Ladies and gentlemen, never has an accusation been so backed by proof than what I'm telling you now. The very object of his affection is a colored girl.
Well, how dare you, sir?
How dare I? How dare you?
Well, I'll have you know that Helen and I have shared a long and faithful marriage for nearly...
You would stand there and lie to these wholesome people with the same lips you used to kiss a colored?
Please, ladies and gentlemen, calm down! Calm down!
Hey! Why is this the first I'm hearing about this?
Come now, George, that was just...
Arthur, I know a fact-backed accusation when I hear one, and I've known you long enough to know when you are puffing smoke. So I am going to assume from this point on that you respect me too much to lie to me again.
All right, fine. There's someone else.
And she's?
Colored. What are we going to do about this, George?
You may have screwed up some good, Arthur. This is exactly why I have always told you you have to tell me all your secrets. Okay, I have to be the first one to know anything so I can prepave our road through any scandal.
Well, I thought I had everything under control. I had no idea anyone found out.
How is irrelevant? It's out there. And if we don't act soon, it's not just going to be the press and the public that come to chew you up.
Come out with it.
Who do you think it is that sent me to run your campaign, Mr. Clarkston? Who do you think it is that's financing all this?
Well, I'm not naive enough to believe that. It's just good-hearted, like-minded folk.
There's a storm coming, Mr. Clarkston. A storm of civil disobedience and violence, the likes of which this nation has never seen. There are race traitors out there crying out for the rights of the colored, demanding an end to segregation as if them folk are anything like you and I. The men to whom you are indebted, Mr. Clarkston, are powerful men who aim to see society maintain its righteous order, and they are willing to use their considerable resources to back any loyal white man who is strong enough to oblige.
The loyal white knights?
When they catch wind of this,
How are we going to fix this, George?
we deal with her. Now, if she'll listen to reason, fine. But animals are known for reason, and she is in a position to destroy a prominent member of the white community.
And if she won't listen to reason?
Then we use any means necessary. Now, when your benefactors come around asking, what am I to tell them?
I'm the man for the job.
I know you are.
But, like you said, there's something else.
All right. What exactly are we dealing with here?
Severe aplastic anemia.
Is that some kind of cancer?
No. In simplest terms, it means your body is not making any new white blood cells.
Is it fatal?
Not immediately, but you've already seen the warning signs of things to come, like your chronic fatigue, your painting, the nosebleeds, your irregular heartbeat. Now, there are treatment options, Arthur, but yours has gone undiagnosed for God only knows how long. If we caught it earlier, our options would be focused on sustaining. Now we're talking about survival. You see, an infection, a bad cut, bad fall, at this point, those could be fatal. It's only a matter of time.
So you mentioned options. Can you tell me what they are?
Well, let me correct that. At this stage, there's really only one. And it may not even be an option.
What do you mean by that?
What you need is a bone marrow transplant, so your body starts producing white blood cells again. But
But? There is no but, Carmine. This is my only chance. Then make it happen.
look, Arthur, I'm going to be frank with you. At your age, a bone marrow transplant is not something that's done. It's extremely risky, and there is a substantial waiting list for viable tissue from donors.
To hell with the risk. This is my life. All I need to do is make a few phone calls and I'll...
Arthur, the list gives priority to children.
To children. So I just forfeit my life? Just after all the things I've done for the people in this state? I just have to give up and die?
Give up? No. But prepare for the worst. Absolutely.
I'm a survivor, Carmine. Always have been. It's in my nature to do whatever I must.
I know, which is good. But to get yourself bumped up that list is a big thing to ask, even for a former governor.
So, in order for me to live, some innocent child must die.
Arthur, I promise you, I will do everything I can, ethically, to help you.
I know you will.
If only you and Helen had had children.
Why did you say that?
Well, it's hindsight, but with a willing donor, especially a blood relative, the waiting list would just be a moot point. We could do some tests to be sure the donor was a match and then move forward.
You said you found him?
Yes, sir. I did.
And where did he end up?
Right here. This town, actually. He never left.
Really? I would think he'd find a different location, something with a lot less history about him.
Assuming he even knows, sir.
Excellent point. Any idea where he is?
Right at this moment?
Yeah.
Actually, sir, yes, I do. I was able to make some phone calls with the doctor's receptionist while you were in your appointment. So, yes.
Take me to him.
Of course, sir, but there's one thing I think you need to be prepared for first.
And that is?
He's homeless, sir. Apparently, he's been that way for quite some time.
You know, that really also surprises me too, because he was brought up by a family that was very well to do, and that should have given him all opportunities available.
They gave him up when he was 6, according to my sources, and he was bounced around from home to home for most of his childhood.
Father in heaven, what have I done? Take me to him.
Yes, sir. Car's out this way.
Are you gentlemen lost?
Actually, Mr. Turner, we were looking for you.
Oh, I know. And it's Booker.
Booker, okay? Booker, I'd like you to meet Mr.
Oh, I know who he is. The Honorable Governor Arthur Clarkson. Would you prefer me to call you Dad? Oh, I've seen your face my entire life. I watched you grow old on the TV while I grew up.
Booker, I never thought what I wanted for you. In my heart.
Sir, Arthur.
So, Mr. Arthur Theodore Clarkson, what are you gonna do with all that power when you win the election?
Miss Althea Renee Jackson. I'm gonna change the world, of course.
Change it for who?
Why, for everyone.
You need to make this world a better place. Not just for me, and not just for us, but for future generations, too.
No. It can't be.
Arthur, this is a good thing.
No. This will ruin me.
It was made out of our love. It'll make us whole.
You've ruined me. People who know their place in decent society.
We all want what's best for the child, Althea. This is your chance to give that child a better life than you ever could.
But not with his mama.
No, but you can only provide so much. If you do what these men ask, your baby will live with a family that can provide a better home, a better education, and all those things that we as mamas want for our children.
But he won't know his mama.
No, he won't. But this is where you, a mama, need to realize that you're making the ultimate sacrifice for his future, not yours. Isn't that what being a good mom is all about?
A child needs love and nurturing. A child needs their mama.
Now, Althea, that's just downright selfish. You're putting what you want ahead of what's best for that child.
I am what's best for my child.
Enough of this horse shit! Now you listen to me and you listen good, you damn nigga bitch! We have tried to do this nice and easy, but you don't want to be nice and easy, and that is perfectly fine by me. Mr. Clarkson is a well-respected member of this community, and I will not sit by and allow you to sully his good name. Now allow me to dispel the notion that you have any control of the situation. We are men of means and power, and we will do whatever we must to protect the dignity of this beloved white man. Now you have two choices here. You can either agree to give up the rights to your baby peacefully and never speak of this again, or we can drag you to the floor right here, kick the life out of your belly, then take you out to the county and hang you from a tree. Now personally, I hope you choose the latter.
Arthur, I'm begging you. This is our child. Have mercy on your child. Arthur. Arthur!
It's okay.
Why am I?
You're in the hospital, but it's okay. I'm gonna get your doctor, okay? I'll be right back. You're fine. You're fine. I'll be right back.
Well, good morning. Have you realized where you are?
Hospital.
That's right. What's the last thing you remember?
Son. My son.
You fainted, Arthur.
Huh? What?
It's more complicated than that. In fact, you almost died.
You did.
We've got you on a lot of pain meds right now. But that's what the good news comes in. We were able to go ahead and give you the bone marrow transplant.
How would you do? How would you?
Sir, Booker did it. He volunteered. Booker did it.
Booker.
Yes, sir.
Booker. What?
You need
Where's my
to
son,
lay
Booker?
down, Arthur. You're gonna hurt yourself.
He's not here, sir, but he did want you to have this, though.
Maybe now's not a good time. You need to rest, Arthur. Okay? I'll come back and check on you.
My son.
Arthur, you might want me to start by calling you Dad, but I honestly can't. Because as much as it might hurt you to hear this, that's never been who you are to me. You had that opportunity and chose a different path. My mother, Althea, my real mother, loved you with all her heart, but in the end you destroyed her. You should know that before she passed, she actually forgave you for it. That's the power of love. You gave me life, and despite everything, I thank you for that. And now I give you life in return. You have a second chance now. I beg you, use what years remain to the fullest. Embrace joy wherever it can be found because you are surrounded by people that love you. That is the power I want for you, Arthur. I just hope you can look outside of yourself and find it. Goodbye, and I truly wish you the best in life. Booker.